But this CPU right here, it's coming in at 80 something dollars shipped internationally. And this is one of the few Xeons that still makes sense. And in fact, a lot of the times, I'm going to be the first to admit here, in 2020, the first gen and even the second and third gen Xeons, their value and their appeal is definitely fading away, especially with the first gen stuff, which doesn't support AVX, and then the second and third generation not supporting AVX2, which is coming into effect in some of these games that we're testing.
So, is that seriously true, Mr. King of Xeons? Is first generation really fading away? Let's find out. Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to another little video. I am Cross, and please don't take that joke too seriously. I'm poking fun at Mr. King of Xeons because there has been many times where he has sung the praises of x58, and this is the first time I've ever heard Brian say anything bad about x58, so I wanted to use this kind of as a step stool to get to my points today. That video and picture are from the Cookie Cutter RTX 3070 build video that he had released just a few days ago as of 11/4 of 2020. So, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video, shall we? Okay, so let's talk about x58. x58 in late 2020. Now, I'd made a video in early 2020 talking about that, so to go over the points in that one, it was primarily, hey guys, as long as these quad-core 8-threaded i7s are still relevant in gaming, so will x58. Now, that is true, and also unfortunately not true. So, right now, we are kind of running into this really awkward spot when it comes to x58, or I guess I am. And that is Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, not necessarily Horizon Zero Dawn, but the whole idea of games now requiring the AVX1 instruction set. An instruction set that is kind of important that x58 is lacking. And there's nothing you can do to fix that. As far as I know, there is no background program that you can run on your CPU that would allow you to simulate something like the AVX1 or 2 instruction set. I don't think that is physically possible. So you are literally stuck with the instruction sets on this CPU. And games like Horizon Zero Dawn simply will not run without that instruction set. And that scares me. I guess I shouldn't say it scares me, it worries me. It worries me that soon enough we are going to be running into games, and many modern games, that are simply going to require that instruction set and not allow x58 to, well, even boot the games. The x58 CPUs being like x56 75, overclocked on a decent motherboard, have more than enough horsepower to play pretty much whatever you want to. Now, getting into games like, I guess technically simulators, like Flight Simulator, yes, you will fall behind and you will lag behind a little bit, but it would still be able to do decently. But that's the thing, is if you're missing the instruction sets, if you're lacking the instruction sets, there's nothing you can really do about that. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing. Now, Brian from Tech Yes City holds a very good point when he says that it's starting to lose its value, starting to lose its appeal. Not to mention the fact that as time has gone on, even in this last year, I was able to buy x58 motherboards, like we're talking legitimate manufactured x58 motherboards, for, in the beginning of the year, about $90 to $100, and now the average prices of them are going up to about $110 to $120, which I understand due to inflation that's going to go up a little bit, but you would think that something like that wouldn't skyrocket as much as what it actually has. Now, you can still find really good deals, and there are some people that sell off these motherboards for way cheaper than what they otherwise would. But unless you're finding a really good deal, you're more than likely going to be paying about $120 USD for a motherboard and CPU, sometimes even motherboard, CPU, and RAM if you're lucky. Now, even at those prices, it's really not bad getting a motherboard, CPU, and RAM, especially if you're getting 12 gigs of RAM. you could turn around and use that as a very basic gaming PC for quite some time. And playing games like Call of Duty Warzone, Dota 2, League of Legends, Overwatch, and a whole slew of other games. As esports titles, x58 is very, very good. Not to mention the fact that getting to build with one of these older, super high-end motherboards is incredibly, incredibly fun, and that's one of my biggest appeals to it. Not to mention the fact that when you can pick up a 4-core, 8-threaded Xeon for 12 USD that performs as well as slightly newer i7s, it really, really does put a smile on my face. But that becomes null and void with this whole instruction set problem, and that's kind of where we're sitting at today. So, is x58 really going to be worth it moving forward in the future? I don't know. And I won't know for another 4.5 or 5 weeks. Because I believe in 4.5 weeks, we are going to see the release of Cyberpunk 2077. Now, when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, I am going to be buying it day of, and I'm going to be downloading it day of, and I'm going to be trying to play it day of on x58. Primarily because I want to know if that thing's going to even be able to run that game. And if I can run that game on a decent x58 setup, I'm going to be extremely happy, and I will definitely make some videos on it. But that's the thing, is I don't know if it's going to require that instruction set, and everybody that I've asked, I haven't gotten an answer from. Everybody that I've kind of poked at hasn't given me an answer, and the only answer that I was able to find was, will it require the AVX instruction set? Someone else said, well, it requires a newer CPU than 3rd gen, so most likely will. But I don't know. And with that one being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. It's going to be a quicker, shorter one today. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. I really want to know how this platform is going to age moving forward, being the fact that it has been around for a very, very long time, especially in PC terms. I don't personally consider it a retro platform, being the fact that I still use it on a daily basis for a lot of different things, and I'm currently building an x58 workstation just for the heck of it. But I digress. I will see you all later. Peace.